People, listen up. I just started recording a video and my goddamn phone just shut off. Oh, you son of a bitch. And at that, it didn't even record nothing. I looked and I see the numbers moving like I did and started this son of a bitch and it cut off. Poltergeist activities. Something malfunctioning my frickin' phone. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm starting to get goosebumps on the back of my neck. I gotta do a quick throw my hand up over my head, right hand high. Yep, something's here. Now, whether it be Tyngs himself, Jonathan, I got some names messed up in my last video, or it could be the Indian here that Tyngs ripped off. Like I said, in my last video of the cemetery I shot something over in this distance. Back in the 1600s, all these trees, a lot of these trees weren't here. If you go up this way is the ruins of the King Mansion Foundation stairs. I'll have to show another picture. Hopefully this goddamn phone don't shut off again. You son of a bitch. Unbelievable. Yeah, this is what happens when I come out here to haunted places. And things start to happen. Got little goosebumps on my neck. I'm going to show you a little bit of what chipmunks out here today. Little busy guys. Alright, my last video of this, Tyngsboro, Mass. I was over here in the cemetery. I took a picture over here too. Got myself an image of like a man or a woman hanging from a tree over here. I will attempt to do another shot of the area I was in when I took that picture. Oh, you son of a bitch. Like I said, I'm still getting fucking... Oh, man. Anyway, the story of this is this is the Tyngs family. Even though I couldn't find Jonathan Tyng's grave, but there's three distinctive gravestones that a younger generation of Tyngs right here, as you can see, somewhere in the midst of this area. I don't know if it was this tree or that tree, one of these trees. I got an image of someone hanging out of it, and by the looks of it, there ain't no way the image of what I caught looked like this. Like I said, man, I'm coming to these ghost places and shit happens. Oh, man. Of course, there's no image, whereas you can see the shadows of a head or figure of this, of anyone hanging. Whether it be something that happened from the Tyngs themselves. And there's the Tyngs gravestones, which none of them are mentioned in the article of what happened back in the 1800s when this mansion was open. But Jonathan and Edward Tyngs, and there was a the grandfather, which I can't pronounce his name because names back then, boy, they're way different than what you have now. I have to get over here and do another photo shot. Hopefully, like I said, my phone don't die. The fucking thing just completely blacked out on me. I went back to see the video. There wasn't even there to record nothing. And I know I friggin' watched it turn on. But, anyways, son of a bitch. The story goes is this Jonathan Tyng grabbed himself a mistress, was engaged to a woman from Boston, but of course his dirty little ways wanted him to have a mistress for some apparent reason. Especially coming back from them days, you'd think, oh hell, man, wife, picket fence, mansion, house, have kids, work your life, and then die. This guy had other plans. So he ended up popping out 3 kids with this woman. But she became too much for him to deal with. So he killed her, buried her with her 3 kids, and killed the kids. In this, not Arthur Blood, this another guy, Dr. Blood. They didn't even give him a first name. And I don't even think he's related to Arthur Blood from Lancaster. But if he is, anyways, this guy was a crooked thief, but he was a physician. But he did a fake marriage with Jonathan Tyng and his mistress, thinking it was real, the lady, of course. But when the doctor killed her and the kids and buried them, now I don't know if it's at this property that they buried him near the mansion, but they don't even say. But there's another mansion over in New Hampshire way that they lived in. Now, rather it be over there or over here, which I gotta see if I can find that other mansion's location, because it says it's not too far from here, but it's over like the New Hampshire border. At one point in time, Dunstable used to be all Dunstable, including Tyngsboro and Nashua. 3,000 square miles of land. And I think it was Edward Tyngs that took this from the Indian. And I think he was a chief, and just like his father, he was very kind to the English when they came here and settled. But before he knew, he was getting ripped off of his island over here, which is now a country club off in the distance. They actually have the rock that he sat on up here and looked at it. And he lived his life throughout this area until he died. Also, supposedly he threw a curse. And once again, I gotta throw my right hand up again, and I'm gonna, as in peace, because if he's cursed this land and is haunting it, I wonder why my phone just shut off. But also, Jonathan's mistress was a revengeful woman, she was, and killed Blood, and supposedly made Jonathan commit suicide, haunting him. And I believe in this mansion is where she fucking haunted him the most. Like I said, I hope this don't shut off. I'd hate to have to start this again. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit up on this rock Indian style for a few minutes. Because this is this rock he sat on and looked at his island that he once owned. And off to the distance, as you can see, I'm sure if all these trees and buildings and businesses weren't here, we'd probably see it. But, and once again, as you can see, Tyng Village, the name still lies strong here because the daughter, and maybe if Jonathan wanted it that way, because she didn't want her name of the Tyng family to go down as filthy as it was. You know, gathering up a mistress and killing people. That's just sick. And as you can see, things go on this way in history, just like it does today. In the city, Indian style. Throw my right hand up again. Honor to sit on this rock. It's a goddamn honor. And for people not to, I had someone comment on one of my videos saying that by hailing the Indians, I'm disgracing the Indian tribes and names or whatnot, disgracing it or insulting it. Which to me, insulting it is taking Indian land like they did and having this poor Indian chief sit here and look at it every day until his death. So I'm glad he put a curse over here. It's about to wonder why maybe this site, and there's the steps that lead up, it is now a school. It's about to wonder why, like I said, they cursed. Arson happened here. Maybe how about an unexplainable chief spirit. Because when Indians used to raid villages back in the day at the war of King Philip, great chief Metacom, they used to burn down buildings. So it goes to show what really happened here. Unexplained thing. They never said they caught anybody in the fire or just said it was arson. Maybe they just said that to cover it up so people wouldn't think they were crazy. But here lies the ancient ruins. It's the Tyngs' first mansion. Of course, the rock that sets of the Indian chief that lost his island to Edward Tyngs. And once again, like I said, I have to come over in. The story is here of the chief. And there's the mansion that got burnt down. I will throw that up in the thumbnail because I do have another picture that someone had. And of course, the Historical Society hasn't been here to do any updates of these photos. As you can see, the sun's burning them up, melting them. But other than that, I just wanted to come here and pay my respects to this chief. Because, right, lost his land. And this is what forefronted. Oh, and one more thing. This mansion was built right after the King Philip War in 1776. So if that tells you anything. And then they went off and ripped off another chief. So, but I wonder why this war went down. Indians got sick of their land being taken, as you can see. And I'm sure this was a meadow at one time. Because like I said, if you look, pine trees, meadow, that means Indian land, river, right across over here, Merrimack River. This is where Indians used to lay down their living quarters. And the meadows is where they would find the animals to hunt, of course. So, and I'm sure this was an Indian path. I'm going to end that here. Paid my respect. I got some pictures I got to take. Hopefully my phone won't cut off again. Once again, this is where I was walking when it shut off a minute, fucking 10 minutes ago. Son of a bitch. Crazy shit. And like I said, there's my goosebumps. Oh, something is here, boy. But I just had to get this video done. And get some pictures out here. See if I can catch this figure again hanging from the tree. But, like I said, and to me, I think these rock walls, once again, I think were built by Indians for their purpose of, knowing where their lay of land is and telling them where they are. As you can see in the hill over there, there's a lot of rock. So I'm sure they've been there for centuries. And like I say, Indians, if you see walls, like, look, here's another opening with the rock, so something path led up to there. And like I said, I think they used, and in that there was a brook here at one time. As you can see, it's dry, so that means the river ran down in here, form of a brook. So this is most definitely Indian supported land, and I think that's what's here. And I guarantee you'll find some buried out there and forgotten like all other Indians are. And that's why I do my videos, not to forget. Hell, I even told my father of the story about this Indian. He didn't even hear that story, so that tells you anything. He heard of the Tyngs mansion, but he didn't hear about the Indian that got ripped off. And he was all about that stuff in the back in the day of his time. So, another Indian story down. Not forgotten. I will not let it be forgotten. But until that next video, YouTube Nation, out. I'm going to take some pictures, like I said. Just a couple of them. And until the next one. Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait to get out there. Love to get over here at night. Be safe. Take care. And I want to make a shout out, which I'm going to do another video, to Las Vegas. Big, heartwarming salute to all the survivors of that shooting, and to all the family members. No words can speak of what you just lost. Be safe, take care, and people stop being alert, because you know what? This is only not gonna end, it's just gonna get worse. Just like the Indians got worse. Till that next video, you all out.